was the most famous man in the world, a global icon, a musical genius, and the king of pop.
Famous or infamous, one of the best known people on the planet, ever.
But on June 25th, 2009, Michael Jackson was found lifeless in his home. The official cause? Cardiac arrest.
Michael Jackson, the king of pop, has died.
Who killed him? Was it an overdose?
Many people thought that Michael was murdered.
But the real story may be far more disturbing. Today, we're going to find out the questioning truth about his death, which is full of betrayal, intrigue, and unanswered questions. Was his death an accident or part of a well-thought-out plan? How much did Dr. Conrad Murray's lack of care really cost Jackson his life?
Guilty. Dr. Conrad Murray was held solely responsible for Michael's death.
The court imposes the high term of 4 years imprisonment in this case.
Could Jackson have been the target of a bigger plot by powerful people in the music business? These questions are still being asked today, and the mystery surrounding what really happened in June 2009 continues to captivate the world.
1996, during the history tour that Michael Jackson's struggle with insomnia became abundantly clear to his longtime physician. He testified the entertainer was so adrenalized it was days before he could sleep.
Michael Jackson was getting ready for his much-anticipated comeback tour, This Is It, in the months before his sad death. But behind the scenes, he was still having a terrible time with insomnia, a problem that had been bothering him for years. When Jackson couldn't sleep at night, he went to his personal doctor, Dr. Conrad Murray. Murray would later be at the center of the scandal that would shock the world. As Jackson got ready for his big return to the stage, his health was rapidly getting worse. Stories and whispers said he was tired and having physical problems. Jackson seemed like a pop star who was ready to take back his throne, but in reality, he was suffering and needed more and more prescription drugs to function. What went wrong on that terrible June day? How did Jackson, the king of pop, go from getting ready for the biggest comeback of his career to dying so suddenly? The answers lie in the shocking decisions made in those final hours.
If you look at Wikipedia now, you'll find out that the official cause of death was cardiac arrest induced by acute propofol and benzodiazepine intoxication.
It was said that Michael Jackson died from being too high on propofol. But was that the whole story? Jackson's personal doctor, Dr. Conrad Murray, gave him propofol to help him sleep. Now, propofol is a strong anesthetic that is usually only used for surgeries. Why would a doctor use a drug that is so dangerous outside of a hospital?
There's a bottle of propofol inside an IV bag? I mean, one of the single weirdest details.
Why was it used to help people sleep? More importantly, why did it kill Jackson? Was Murray's mistake the one that killed him, or was there something more evil going on? Some people say Jackson's death wasn't an accident, but rather part of a bigger plot. Some people with a lot of power may have seen Jackson as a threat because he was so famous and his This Is It tour was about to take over the world. Just before his big comeback, someone may have been trying to silence or subdue the king of pop.
These will be my final show performances in London. This will be it. This is it. And when I say this is it, it really means this is it.
A lot of talk has been going around about how Jackson's death was planned so that he wouldn't reveal secrets or take back his power. That sounds really scary. It's interesting to know that both sedatives and propofol were found in his body. However, the amount of propofol that was given is what matters most. It was much higher than what would have ever been used outside of a controlled medical setting. The real question is still, Michael Jackson's death. Was it because Dr. Murray wasn't good at his job, or was it part of a bigger, darker plan to quiet him? More shocking details are coming to light about this terrible event. Details that could change everything we think we know about Michael Jackson's last hours. Keep watching as we uncover how the people closest to him may hold the key to the truth behind the conspiracy theories.
I've lost everything. Anything that I have amassed, it has been all taken away as a result of an unjust verdict.
He's guilty!
I am, and I remain an innocent man.
When Michael Jackson died, Dr. Conrad Murray was in charge. But what really went wrong that day? Murray had been Jackson's personal doctor for a while, but the question still stands. Was Jackson's medical care really good enough to be called care? Was Murray really trying to help Jackson when he gave him the fatal dose of Propofol? Or was he just making Jackson's problem worse, which Jackson had already been struggling with insomnia for a long time? The events of that morning paint a very scary picture. In later years, Murray said that Jackson had asked for the drug and called it milk. But why would a doctor give such a dangerous drug to a patient without medical supervision, especially when the patient is Michael Jackson? What kind of doctor wouldn't have the right tools to watch over a patient who was weak and tired while giving them Propofol? Why also did Murray call 911 right away when Jackson stopped breathing? Shockingly, more than 30 minutes passed before anyone finally called 911.
Okay, let's get him down to the floor. I'm going to help you with CPR right now, okay?
We need him. Yes,
we're already on our way there. We're on our way. I'm going to do as much as I can to help you over the phone.
Despite multiple attempts to reach someone for help, throughout the investigation, it became clear that Murray had tried to hide what he had done. He even hid medical records and cleaned up the scene before the police arrived. These acts made it even more likely that something terrible was going on. Was Dr. Murray's carelessness the main reason Jackson died? Or was he just a piece in a much bigger, more evil game? As we learn more about this case, the disturbing truth about the doctor's actions and what it may tell us about the real cause of Michael Jackson's death will make you question everything you thought you knew. Many people think that what Dr. Murray did was only the beginning. Jackson was used to being in trouble, especially with the child abuse claims that followed him around for years and his ongoing fights with the media.
And Jesus said to love the children and be like children. And he always surrounded himself with children. And that's how I was raised, to believe and to be like.
But what if the people who were scared when Jackson came back to fame thought that his growing power was too dangerous to ignore? There are ideas that Jackson's death wasn't just due to bad medical care, but was planned to keep him quiet forever, especially since he was getting ready for his big comeback tour. Jackson was in trouble with the law before, and it was clear that he had a lot of power. People who wanted to control his story found it easy to go after him because of this. We wondered if the forces at play were stronger than we could have imagined. When we saw pictures of his past court cases, the dark figures that hung in the background, and how he was becoming more and more alone. Fans, Jackson's family, and his estate have never fully come to terms with his sudden death, and many still wonder what part the people who were with him played. This may have been far more than a tragic case of medical negligence. Some believe his death conveniently served the interest of powerful figures in the entertainment industry, raising unsettling possibilities that still linger.
I grew up with Michael Jackson. Michael's number one in my country.
As we look into whether Jackson's closest friends and family were looking out for their own interest at the cost of his life, the puzzle grows. What is it that Dr. Conrad Murray knows about Michael Jackson's death that we don't? His silence says a lot. When a figure like Murray, who was directly involved, refuses to explain what happened fully, it raises serious questions. Why hasn't he fully come clean yet? Is it fear of repercussions, or is there something far bigger at play? The longer the silence, the more we're left wondering what secrets Murray might be hiding, and if his silence is a way of signaling that there's more to this case than we've been told. Dr. Murray's role in Jackson's death goes beyond just being a doctor. His involvement, actions, and omissions have kept us questioning. What does Murray know that we still don't? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you think this is shocking, check out our previous video, Why Eminem is the Only One Diddy Can't Touch.